Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to the weekly wrap-up for week 6 of the most exciting league that you've never heard of, the I Love Loche Fantasy Football League. This is your host with the most right here, right now, telling you about the highlights, the lowlights, all the exciting action in the 16-team I Love Loche Fantasy Football League that's been around in some fashion for almost a decade now. And before we start, I do want to give a little special shout out to all the teachers that are coming back from their travel from the Northern Lights School Division 113 Northern Area Teachers Association Convention, the NANA Convention, held this week in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Great time to network, professional development with your fellow educators from across the region. So I hope you had a great week of knowledge transfer, of new skill specialization, and just have fun. And for those of you that know what I'm talking about, I hope you survived the gauntlet. So, great job. And now, for those of you tuning in for the first time, what we do here on the weekly wrap-up is we have several segments that keep you engaged on the latest going on in the most exciting fantasy football league that you've never heard of, but diehards know, love, and can't do without, the I Love Loche Fantasy Football League. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do to get this content into your brain. Here we go with last week's results. Okay, and I said on the wrap-up show last week that I was going to have the golden prophecy. I was going to go undefeated all the way to the championship. And unfortunately, that did not happen, okay? But it is what it is. My team lost to Jay-Z owns my team by a score of 122.7 points to 108 fantasy football points. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. I said last week I was going to accept any loss with grace, dignity, and humility. Alright? So, Patrick Smoke, this is me shaking your hand saying good job. You beat me. First time in 4 years, you beat me. All good things must come to an end, I guess. Moving on. PC Blue continued a dominating fashion by destroying their opponent by a score of Flash and TDs by a score of 82.4 to 54.5 fantasy football points. CP the Rouge squeaked out a victory over Severe Pounding by a score of 67.1 to 65.8. Team Klein won 76 points over Got Some Bad Juju's total score of 68.3 fantasy football points. Stafford Infections defeated Country Roads Take Me Mahomes by a score of 90.2 to 84.4. Team Diamond triumphed over the Cheating Brady's 91.2 to 86.1. Raider Heaven dominated Team Beatty 102.4 to 75.6. And finally, No Pants Dance won over Team Sarah by a score of 83.1 to 80.3 fantasy football points. So now, it's time for the updated standings. And we have a lot of parity, a lot of competitiveness in our league. We have not one, not two, but 3 teams at the bottom at 1 and 5. Got Some Bad Juju, Country Roads Taking Mahomes, and Team Beating. We have 2 teams at a record of 2 and 4 after 6 weeks of fantasy football goodness. Stafford Infections and Team Klein. And now, in the middle of the pack is the biggest log jam. CP LaRouge, Team Sarah, Flashing TDs, the Cheating Brady's, and Team Diamond all breaking 500, folks, with a record of 3-3. Raider Heaven, No Pants Dance, Jay-Z Owns My Team, and Severe Pounding are sitting at 4-2. And this means that we have two teams at the top with a record of 5-1. PC Blue and yours truly. The fantasy football, the most electrifying fantasy football player in all of today's leagues. That's right, yeah boy, me. And just because the golden prophecy is dead and dust doesn't mean that I won't break the glass ceiling on my way to championship glory, bay. So PC Blue and myself were both sitting at 5-1 after 6 weeks of exciting fantasy football competition. But it's time for a new segment here. That's right. This is what I like to call Guess Who. We've all played the game Guess Who or know the game. You have the song, the commercial from the 80s, you know, can you guess who? You know, with the faces, and you give the clues on the back and you try to figure out who the face of the person is based on descriptive clues, right? Okay. So, we are going to play a game of Guess Who. I'm going to read something that happened to you last week in our league, the best league, the most exciting fantasy football league that you've never heard of, the I Love the Loche Fantasy Football League. Can you guess who lost last week to a league owner with not one, not two, but 3 players on a bye, and the same owner played a kicker that was in our injured reserve out for a year? Can you guess which fantasy owner that was? Oh, I know. It's Sean Walker. You lost your matchup last week against CP LaRouche. You put up 65.8 fantasy football points, but it wasn't enough. No. Because CP LaRouche had 67.1 fantasy football points. Oh man, you lost to 3 players on a bye and an injured kicker. Man, I wish I knew how you felt right now. I really do. Well, it's good thing I have it. You're right here with me. That's right. Say hello to Mr. Sean Walker. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Yo, Skills! Man, that was a tough week last week. You know, you win some, you lose some, but I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm just doing this until hockey starts, right? And that's when I really dominate. Yeah. Okay, Walker, I know you're good at hockey. I know, Sean. All right. But seriously, man, that's gotta sting. You know, you had a lot of best benches last season in fantasy football, putting players on your bench, and now you lost to a guy that didn't feel like a full team. You must be feeling broken up about it, right? Pretty heartbroken? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, Skills. It is what it is. We still play fantasy football, right? I mean, I could pick up a new quarterback, right? I heard Patrick Mahomes is injured. Sean, he's not on your team. You can't pick Patrick Mahomes. Oh, okay. What about that Peyton Manning guy? He's pretty good. Can I pick him up? No, Sean. You can't pick up Peyton Manning. He's not in the league anymore. Oh, okay. Well, I need my team severe pounding because that way, if I win, I give a severe pounding, and if I lose, I take a severe pounding. Ha. So I guess you're saying that nothing phases you, man. Like, you're not broken up about this, you're not upset? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Alright. Okay, thanks, Sean. Thank you very much. Alright, that was the Guess Who segment for the weekly wrap-up. And now it's on to the champs and chumps from last week in the most exciting league that you never heard of, but yet can't live without, the I Love the Loche Fantasy Football League. And the champ, he was multiple champs of the weeks last year. and he single-handedly eliminated, defeated, destroyed the Golden Prophecy. That's right. This is where you give props on the guy that was the better man last week. Patrick Smoke, once again, the champ of the week with a total score of 122.7 fantasy football points. And leading the charge for him was Russell Wilson with a score of 28.9 fantasy football points. Russell Wilson has been unbelievable this year. Dynamite. And the only bad thing about this is that now I have to check my DMs and my socials and hear Patrick Smoke go on and on about how his team is so good, dominant, all-star, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Yeah, your team is good, buddy, but like I said in the chat, it's almost good enough to start trading with you again, as we normally do. But for now, enjoy it. You deserve it. You're the champ of the week for week 6. Congratulations. Now, on to the chump of the week. And putting up a putrid score of 54.5 overall fantasy football points is my cousin Marco Galena. Led by Deontay Johnson getting 1.4 fantasy football points. Derrick Henry, a lot of people call him a fantasy two-face. I just call him a fantasy backstabber because I picked him last year and he screwed me. But I digress. 3.3 fantasy football points. And then the KC defense got the same amount of points for him as it was if you or I or anybody, your mama, your grandma, you're a stranger off the street, your dog played defense for Kansas City. 0.0 fantasy football points. Not good enough, cuz. That's why you were the chump of the week for week 6. And now, it's time, once again, to talk some trash. This is the fun, my favorite segment of the weekly wrap-up is the Talking Trash segment. And for those of you that don't know, I take whatever poor hapless soul is drawn to be facing my team this week, and I verbally destroy them with epic rants. So, roll the dice. Who I got this week? Boom! It's Sean Walker! Oh, severe penalty. And this is why this is going to be absolutely glorious. Because last year, I had a lead on Walker. I had a lead on you, buddy. You notice, I notice. And then your Monday Night Football, it was 49ers, New York Giants, Week 10, I don't remember the date, but November 12th, 2018. Almost a year to go today. I was winning. And then Robbie Gould kicks field goals. And kicks one just long enough so that you beat me by 0.4 fantasy football points. The worst loss that I've ever experienced in my almost 10 years of playing this awesome, fun, make-believe game. But no, 0.4. And I'm okay. I was okay with it for a little bit. Well, I mean, the weekly wrap-up last year, that was pretty... Didn't really have my emotions in check, but that's fine. This is my opportunity for sweet revenge. Just like Kyle Shanahan is going to get some sweet revenge this week, going into Washington and waxing the floor with the college football team known as the Washington Redskins. How Frank Gore is going to get some sweet revenge in a revenge game against his former Miami Dolphins, who he spent years just running with no playoff aspirations. That's right, this is my time for revenge. And I am going to enjoy it. Cold, hot, lukewarm, piping, frozen, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get my revenge against you, buddy, pal, friend. Well, skills. Oh, yeah, you again. Man, you're going to take revenge against me. That's pretty harsh. Yeah, I just said I was. Well, man, yeah, I get that. Yeah, because you've won the league before, haven't you, Skills? Actually, buddy, I co-won, if you want to call it, my first year playing fantasy football, like 2010. And that was it. None so far. No, man, you must have won since then. No, I didn't. Didn't you win like 2 years ago when you knocked me out of the semifinals and you had Todd Gurley? And no, buddy, that was you. You knocked me out with Todd Gurley. You crushed everyone with Todd Gurley, and you won the championship. Oh, that's right. I always forget. Well, we're playing fantasy basketball, right, guys? Right? Can I draft LeBron? No, Sean. You can't draft LeBron in this league. Oh, okay. Well, good luck on this week, buddy. Yeah, you too, Walker. Good job. Now, you just go over there, okay? All right. Anyways, oh yeah, 0.4, no more. It's on like Donkey Kong. And that'll do it for this week's edition of the weekly wrap-up for the most exciting league that you've never heard of, the I Love Loche Fantasy Football League. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Enjoy all the games this week. And as always, keep the flags off the field.